What's up guys, welcome back to yet another video. Today I'll be showing you exactly how I was able to make $50,000 in 1 month in one country with Shopify Dropshipping. So let's just hop right into Shopify and I'll show you some analytics. Now if we go to the store and I just go back to August and let's just go to today. As you can see, I made around $50,000 euros. And the reason why you see a little downfall right here is because all of my ads actually got disapproved by Facebook. And pretty much what I had to do was hire a video editor that made me a ton of videos in one day. And I just plugged it right back into the CBO. And surprisingly, it actually went really well. And I really thought that it was going to die. We also had 35,000 sessions. We sold around 1,130 orders for the main product and 300 something for the upsell. And also if we go just into the analytics, and by the way, before you say something about the orders, I did ship all of them. We just used a different system, so it wasn't uploading correctly with Shopify. So now if we go into August till today, as you can see, 50,000 euros. Customer return rate was around 5.23. It's not the best, but it's all right. The conversion rate was 3.25%, which is pretty good. And the average order value was 42 euros. And if we go into the online store sessions by location, France is the top country. So I've also made a little presentation, and in this video I'll be showing you the store and product, the Facebook ad strategy that I used, ads overview, and the profit and loss. So for the store, this is a general niche store, and it was in the beauty/health niche, and I was testing a few different products, but everything was in the French language along with the ads. And the currency was in euro. So what we used for the payment gateway was Stripe and PayPal. I do still have money held in PayPal, which is kind of annoying, but what can you expect from them? For the apps, what I used was these apps over here. Abandonment Protector pretty much sends abandoned cart emails. Coin by ShopAd is a currency converter. Crush.pix compresses images. De-essers fulfills orders with literally like one click and you could just pay pretty easily. Oberlo was to import the products. Order metrics was to see the exact profit. SMS bump was abandoned cart text, and it was actually really good. This is probably one of my favorite apps. And Vitals has 40 plus apps in one. And what I did was I used the upsell, the product reviews, and the quantity breaks for that. So the whole purpose for the store was actually to be fully automated because I was working on different brands, and I just wanted this to run in the background and maybe spend 30 minutes to an hour a day on it. And pretty much that's exactly what I did. If we go over here to the earnings, it was making around $1,000 to $2,000 a day, and I really didn't have to do that much work. So the strategy that I use is what I call an unsaturated market strategy, where pretty much it's where you take winners from the US to untapped markets, and essentially that's where people aren't really advertising, so you have a big chance of succeeding. What I also did was I translated the store and ads to the country's language with Depot.com. And what this does is it gives more trust to the customer, and usually the customer would like to purchase in a language more than they would in another language. So the markets that I recommend are actually Germany, France, Spain, Italy, and Portugal. These are the countries that have the highest income. You could see right here in the blue, these are the countries that do really well, and not a lot of people are in it. I did do Brazil once. Brazil went well. I've done France, I've done Spain, I know someone who does Germany, and the US, it's still really good. It's just there's a lot of competition now, so for a beginner it's not as easy to become successful. So now if we go on to the product, this was the exact product that I sold. It's called the EMS burner, and pretty much what it did was it just burned fat. I also had an upsell, which was a cream that helped burn fat. And the reason why this is such a good product was because it hit people emotionally and it had a wow factor. Also, you can't really find this in stores, so I automatically knew that this was a really good product. I did see a lot of ads in the US markets on Facebook and Instagram, and I also saw it on AdSpy when I was doing product research. So the product cost was $18.21. That was with my sourcing agent, and we sold it for 40 euros. This is what it is in the US dollars right here. For the upsell, it cost us $6, and I sold it for 14.90 euros. And pretty much what that did was it provided us with 10% more sales free, which is awesome because it made our profit margins much better. Usually if a day is 20%, it could raise it to 25 or 30%. So it was really good to have that upsell. This is the strategy I use for testing, and you don't have to spend a lot of money at all. What you'll do is spend $30 to $40 at most. And how I started it was I made a video in Animoto and translated that to French. And I found some really good ones. I just chopped them up and put them into one video altogether, of course in the French language. And what's really important is to have the first 3 seconds to be really engaging, because if something is taking too long to explain the product, someone is probably just gonna scroll right off of it. So for the testing phase, what I do is I make one campaign, I make one ad set for the product, and 4 to 5 interests per product, pretty much per ad set. And each ad set has 2 ads. There's a first ad and there's a second ad with 2 thumbnails per ad. And what I did was I targeted France with $15 a day budget. For the gender, I did men and women 25 plus. I did 2 videos and 2 thumbnails each video. Now on the first day, there weren't any crazy results. I wasn't really expecting much either. On the first day, we spent $12, made back nothing. But I looked at the click-through rate and also the cost per click, and it actually didn't really look too bad. So I thought maybe I could let it run for 2 or 3 more days. So that's exactly what I did. I waited for the second day, and as you can see right here, we spent a total of $20, and we made back $132 at a ROAS of 6, which is actually really good on the second day of testing. Now, the next thing that I did was I took those winning ad sets, those 5 winning ad sets, and I put them into a $50 CBO for the third day. As you can see right here, this is how you do it. You put in a budget of $50, you turn on campaign budget optimization, and you go for the lowest cost. And on the third day, these were the results. I spent $50 and I made back $529 with a ROAS of 10. And I automatically knew that this product was gonna do well. So let's hop in right into the ads manager and I'll show you exactly what I did from there. So it'll probably be easier to understand. So as you can see here, for lifetime, we spent $16,000 US, and we made back $53,000 US with a ROAS of 3.29. So the reason why we stopped running this product was because Facebook actually banned us from advertising. We could have essentially done 6 figures with this product. So if we go to August 23rd, which is when I think I started the CBO, yeah, you can see we spent $50, made back $529. And if we just highlight the month, first month of August, we spent $1,600 and made back almost $10,000 at a 5 ROAS. If we go into this second month of it, which was September, we spent $13,000 and made back $40,000 at a 3 ROAS. So I made a CBO here. This was the main CBO. I think this is what made the most money actually. Yeah, this is what made the most money. Then we had purchase lookalike, we had retargeting, a bunch of different LLAs right here. And I'll show you how I did the LLAs in the presentation. So lookalike audiences, aka LLAs. This is exactly how I start my lookalike audiences. I start with video view, and that's if I have 100K views on all of my videos combined. And how I start that is with 75% video view and 95% video view. And once those are making consistent money, maybe for 2 or 3 days and everything is going well, now I hop onto view content. And those will pretty much be ready after testing video view lookalike audiences. And then when I have 500 plus add to carts, I start add to cart lookalike audiences. Same with initiate checkout audiences and purchase lookalike audiences. To create them, this is how I made my percentages. I did 1%, 1 to 2%, 2 to 5%, and 5 to 10%. As you can see right here, this is one of the campaigns. This was for the purchase lookalike audiences. So I spent $1,500. I made back $5,000 at a 3 ROAS. Now to scale CBO. So this store is technically supposed to be an automated store, so I didn't really scale it like crazy. I just wanted it to hover over $1,000 a day and just be there. But to scale lookalike audiences, if you ever want to know how to do that, what you could do is you could scale at midnight or every 2 days. And how you can do that is just by taking it from $50 to $100, $150, $300 to $500. And when you're trying to scale over $900 a day, what you want to do is you want to make manual bid CBOs. And I can explain that later in a different video, but that's pretty much how you start making $5,000 to $10,000 a day pretty simply. So keeping consistent. This is really important because I always see people's stores maybe lasting a month or less and then it just dies off. And to keep it from dying, what you want to do is introduce new ad copies consistently. So I'd say after maybe 50 purchases, 100 purchases, hire someone to make videos for you, because if you don't have fresh content, then your ads will slowly start to decline and just die off fully. So how you want to go about this is to make a separate PPE campaign, and you just want to put the videos in there into one ad set each, and you could judge them by the click-through rate and the cost per click. And then once you find your winners, you could add them straight into the active CBO. And then another point to also keep consistent is to test new interest in another campaign and add them into the main CBO. And that campaign, the testing campaign for the interest, doesn't have to be a CBO. It can be an ad set campaign with a budget of around $10 a day, and that should be fine. I didn't really go hard with retargeting on this store, but pretty much what I did was I made 95% video view custom audience, and I excluded people who have already purchased. And then I also made a 3-second video view custom audience, view content, add to cart, website visitors, and so on. And if you look over here, I was spending $10, $5 daily, and the ROAS is actually really good on this campaign too, as you can expect from any retargeting campaign. And this is just a little illustration of how retargeting works if you didn't know. So for the automation of the store, the first step that I took was I hired a virtual assistant. And pretty much how you can get those is you can look on Fiverr, you can look on Upwork, or someone that you actually know, but make sure you trust them. So what my virtual assistant did actually was customer service, which is answering emails and also replying to comments. And that's just how you save a lot of time. So for the fulfillment, I used an app called DSers, and this app is really good. Pretty much what you can do is you can fulfill all the orders with one click, and then you could pay for all of them with one click. It used to be where you had to go order by order with Oberlo, and that took a lot of time, and that's pretty much what you would also hire a virtual assistant for. But with this app, you don't have to do that. So after around 15 orders a day, I switched to a sourcing agent. And what the sourcing agent did was gave me better prices and faster shipping times, which is really important when you're scaling up. To find a sourcing agent, you could ask the supplier if they have anyone on their team, or you can go on Facebook. Some Facebook groups have them. That's how I found mine, and I still use them to this day. So you might be wondering exactly how much profit I made out of that $50,000. So this is the profit and loss sheet right here. These were the product costs right here for the product, and in total the cost of goods was around $23,000, and the ad cost for this store for Facebook ads was $16,000. The transaction fees were around $1,200, which comes out to a total of 17.3K. So the revenue I made was $56,000 or 50,000 euros, and the profit for that was around 15.8K. But you also have to take into account the Shopify subscription fee and also the apps that you have to pay for. So I'd say it's clean 15K. That's how much I took home. If I'm doing the math right, that's like 25, maybe a little bit more than 25% in margin. So here are some quick tips I can share with you guys. And number one is to keep your customer feedback score good, but that's kind of hard with drop shipping. So what I would recommend is to go onto your Facebook page and set the shipping to over 8 weeks. I'll actually show you how to do that right now. So if we go into the feedback dashboard, the score was actually pretty horrible for this, and it was 6 weeks under penalty, and that was after the store actually shut down. But the shipping speed is what they were most dissatisfied about, but the product quality was actually pretty good. Now to set the delivery speed, this is where you go right here, and then you just press over 8 weeks, and then you should be set. Now the second tip that I can give you guys is to have good cash flow. And this is really important when you're trying to scale and when you're trying to pay for cost of goods and you're trying to pay for your ad costs. You could pretty much be screwed if you don't have cash. I did have some money left over from different stores and other ventures, so I was pretty set with that. And another tip for number 2 would be to use credit cards for points. And what this does is it allows you to fly for free, or you can apply points towards your balance, or you can get free gift cards. So it could be very beneficial for you when you're running your store. Also for number 3, I just noticed that I did the exact same thing, my bad. But if we go on to number 4, another thing I'd recommend is to have new ad accounts set up and ready to go, because Facebook will ban you in an instant, and it just sucks when you wake up to a banned ad account. Also, what you want to do is have other business managers ready to go just in case. If you want to take this to the next level and be extra safe, I would also recommend to make a new Facebook profile as a backup. So that was the case study. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, just comment them below and I'll try to answer them. Don't forget to also like and subscribe. I appreciate all the support, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.